From Karl Malone's blunders securing the three-peat for the rival Bulls, to LeBron's annoyance over J.R. Smith. These are the top 10 NBA plays that cost teams championships. LeBron's worst choke. Back in the 2011 NBA Finals, LeBron James faced a defining moment in his career. The pressure was on as he led the Miami Heat against the Dallas Mavericks.
Nowitzki backing in, double team. Oh, pretty fake for Nowitzki once again, taking his time.
Throughout the series, LeBron struggled to find his usual brilliance, hitting a roadblock on the court. When the Heat seemed to have the upper hand, a stunning twist unfolded. The Mavericks roared back with an epic comeback, snatching the championship right from LeBron's grasp. In Game 4, the L Train scored not 1, not 2, but 8 points in the final game. Well, the media and fans didn't hold back and jumped at the opportunity to scrutinize LeBron. Even with the big three on the roster, he failed to bag the title in 2011. Nick Anderson's painful free throws. It's Game 1 of the 1995 NBA Finals, and the Orlando Magic were locked in a fierce battle with the Houston Rockets.
Today, though, Orlando 12 of 15 at the line. Anderson missing on both.
The Magic was clinging to a precious three-point lead with just seconds left on the clock. Victory seemed within their grasp, right? But here comes the twist. Nick Anderson, usually a sharpshooter from the free throw line, missed not 1, not 2, but 4 consecutive free throws. The Rockets cashed in on the opportunity, and the game resulted in a tie. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. The Magic's dreams of a championship slipped away, and they lost the series in 4 games. Quite a bitter pill to swallow for Orlando fans. John Starks' flop shooting. Oh boy, Game 7 of the 1994 NBA Finals was a legendary game for the New York Knicks. They were up against the Houston Rockets, and everyone was on the edge of their seats. But unfortunately, John Starks, usually a sharpshooter, had an off night at the worst possible time. It was like his shooting touch disappeared into thin air. In that crucial game, he went a rough 2 for 18 from the field and missed all 11 of his three-point attempts in a whopping 42 minutes of play. Ouch. The poor shooting from their star player contributed to the Knicks' heart-wrenching loss in the championship series. Sometimes basketball can be a real game of inches, and this was one of those painful moments for the New York fans. Karl Malone's blunders. After losing the previous finals to the Chicago Bulls, the Utah Jazz had a score to settle with them. They were determined to strike back, and this time they had the home court advantage on their side. With the crowd hyping them up, they struck first, taking an early 1-0 lead in the series. Fast forward to Game 6, it was a do-or-die situation for both teams, with the Bulls leading 3-2. Their nervousness was obvious. In the final moments, the Jazz had a chance to take the lead. Karl Malone, their star, had that ball, and the crowd held its breath. But out of nowhere, Michael Jordan, the GOAT, swooped in and stole the ball from Malone. Then, with just seconds left, Jordan pulled off the shot over Byron Russell, snatching victory for the Bulls and secured their 6th championship in the Delta Center. Talk about basketball magic and heartbreak all at once. After all, it was the last dance for the OG Chicago Bulls team, and they secured a three-peat in their final run. What a way to end their careers. Mavs' dreadful loss. The 2006 Dallas Mavericks were a force to be reckoned with, stacked with offensive firepowers like Dirk Nowitzki, Josh Howard, Devin Harris, Jerry Stackhouse, and Jason Terry. They stormed through the league, winning an impressive 60 games. The Mavs were clear favorites because of this roster and their amazing year. They cruised to double-digit wins in the first 2 games and held a comfortable 13-point lead with less than a half quarter remaining in Game 3. It seemed like a done deal. But hold on to your breath because here comes the twist. Dwayne Wade turned into a one-man army wrecking the Mavs all by himself with jaw-dropping moves. He led the Heat to a stunning 2-point victory in Game 3, shifting the tide of the series. From there, it was all Miami. They claimed the championship in 6 games, and the Mavericks watched their dream slip away. Nothing is guaranteed in basketball, and this final was one heck of an emotional roller coaster. Kevin Durant's untimely injury. It's the 2019 NBA Finals, and the Golden State Warriors were fighting hard against the Toronto Raptors. The stakes were sky high, and the basketball gods watched closely. Game 5 was underway, and the atmosphere was electric. Kevin Durant, the Warriors superstar, had returned to the court after bravely battling injuries. He was on fire, reminding everyone why he was considered one of the best in the game. But then, disaster struck. He suffered an Achilles injury. It felt like a punch to the gut for the Warriors and their fans. With Durant sidelined, the momentum of the game shifted dramatically. The Raptors seized the opportunity and went on to win the championship. Though you can't help but wonder, what if KD stayed in the game? It's a gut-wrenching reminder that the game of basketball is ever so unpredictable. LeBron's cramps. In Game 1 of the 2014 NBA Finals, the San Antonio Spurs were trying desperately to last against LeBron James and the Miami Heat. LeBron, the king himself, was on fire, dropping 25 points. He showed what he was made of. But then, out of nowhere, something bizarre happened. The AT&T Center became an insufferable furnace with no air conditioning, and poor LeBron suffered severe cramps. With just 3 minutes 59 seconds left, he had to leave the game. Can you believe it? The Spurs spotted an opportunity, took advantage of every second of LeBron's absence, and secured the first win in Game 1. That loss set the tone for the series, and the Spurs claimed the championship in 5 games. Talk about a series of unfortunate events. Suns missed a chance to win their first ever ring. The NBA Finals can be a real pressure cooker. The Phoenix Suns, Paul and Booker, must have felt it personally. In the 2021 NBA Finals, when it mattered most, they had some rough moments, losing the ball to their opponents in crucial situations. In Game 4, Paul's 2 costly turnovers in the final moments left Suns fans holding their breath. Then, in Game 5, it was Booker's turn to have a tough break, giving up the ball with just 16.7 seconds left. And let's not forget Game 6, when Booker got his pocket picked by PJ Tucker and ended up fouling the opponent's forward. Whether it was the intense final spotlight or first-time playoff anxiety, the Suns' poor execution in the clutch proved fatal. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but hey, sometimes you have to walk through fire to come out stronger. Better luck next time, Phoenix Suns. Duncan's missed layups. It's the 2013 NBA Finals, and the San Antonio Spurs were going toe-to-toe with the Miami Heat. Tim Duncan, the legendary big man, gave it his all on the court, like always. But then in Game 7, when it mattered the most, he had a heart-stopping chance to tie the game. The clock was ticking down, and Duncan went for a layup that seemed like a sure thing. But oh no, it rimmed out just inches short of tying the score. Talk about a gut-wrenching moment. That missed layup cost the Spurs the championship, and the Miami Heat ended up raising the trophy. Basketball can be both thrilling and heartbreakingly brutal, and the basketball gods weren't on Tim Duncan's side that night. Lastly, the biggest blunder of all. In the 2018 NBA Finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers were locked in against the Golden State Warriors. J.R. Smith, the Cavaliers shooting guard, found himself in a crucial moment. With only seconds remaining in Game 1, the Cavaliers were down by 1 point. LeBron James made an incredible play, getting an offensive rebound, but then J.R. Smith appeared to zone out. Instead of shooting or passing to a teammate, he dribbled the ball away, believing they were in the lead. His confusion cost them the game, and as a result, the Cavs were defeated in overtime, and Smith received mockery from Warriors fans as the series MVP. But hey, we got one good thing out of this NBA final. That LeBron meme where he looks done with Smith. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.